Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna narrate these videos now because I think it's interesting to see or to listen to the opinions of a white belt who's rolling with another white belt who doesn't have much skill, really. Let's be honest. Like, as a white belt, you're just kind of figuring out what's going on and trying to learn your body balance and survive, basically. So yeah, just gonna narrate the video, and it helps me learn also. Like, I watch these videos now and it's quite it helps me understand a little bit more about jiu-jitsu because it's such a complex sport, martial art, and I think it's really important. But yeah, I'm just gonna narrate the video and just see how it goes. So basically, I'm on top in this position, trying to go for a knee slice pass. So basically, I'm trying to slide my knee in between his legs, past his legs, and then try and control his upper body. I've managed to get one leg through, and I'm actually holding on to his right wrist. I've got his right wrist, and he frees it. But I think I catch it again in a second, and I'm just trying to be heavy and press my weight forward to try and get his back on the mat. I want to try and flatten him out. He's obviously on his side now, and he's controlling one of my legs with both his legs. So I've got one knee through, and I'm just trying to pressurize him, be as heavy as possible, and try and turn him onto his back. I want to get my head deep over his shoulder, basically, and press him with my chest, press him into the mat. So I'm taking my time here. I'm being patient. You can see my right leg is pressing. He's trying to control my left wrist to stop me basing. So I'm grabbing his back of his neck, I'm grabbing his shoulder, and I'm controlling his wrist, and I'm just trying to walk forward and press my weight into the mat. So passing. So eventually I managed to, in this position, press his shoulders flat, and you can see he's trying to turn onto his side again. And if I can free my right leg here, which I do, and I'm trying to pass now. I'm almost past. I've got my head way over his legs, and we roll, and we end up in this turtle position. Now from here, he goes for a single leg. I think he grabs my right, behind my right knee with both hands, and he really is driving into me. And it was good on his behalf, because this is obviously a great defense here. But I think a bit sloppy by me as well. Like, I left my knees too close. I wasn't really, even now I'm not doing it. I should be pressing my chest down, making it heavy. You can see he's underneath my hips. So if he jerks around, he's gonna move me. So this is interesting to see. I'm trying to get a seatbelt grip, like one over his shoulder, one under his armpit. That's what we've been showing. He's really yanking on that knee, and I was a bit nervous at this stage, actually, because obviously I was out for 6 months with a torn MCL. I tore the MCL in my right knee, sparring in a no-gi on slippery floor, and someone just fell on my knee. It was an accident. So I was a bit nervous, because this is really okay, so I'm turtling around to the back. So yeah, my knee was, I was a bit nervous at that stage, but I managed to hang on. He hung on, and I managed to eventually pass, and I've got onto his back now. So I'm just trying to crawl up his back. You can see I shift my right knee up high behind his shoulder, and I want to get my left leg in between his legs and try and turn him to my right. So I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to turn him. He's defending, but I managed to pass my left leg over. He tries to escape underneath my armpit, but I've got his collar. You can see there, I've got his collar with my left hand, and I'm pulling him in. So I crossed my ankles a few times. He rolls. Lucky my ankles weren't crossed at that stage, because you saw he landed right on my foot. So if I would have had my ankles crossed, I could have easily injured myself there. So it's quite lucky I didn't have it, but I crossed them now, and I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to get underneath him. I want to be on the floor, and I want him higher than me. I think that's what I want. Anyway, so you can see my head is underneath his head, so it's good. I can, it's hard for him to move. Now he gets on the floor side, so really I want to get my head underneath his head so that it's hard for him to move. But he's defending, he's turning away from me, and I think I've got his collar here, and I'm just trying to remember to push off his hips with my legs, and so I can stay nice and tight on his back and try not to cross my ankles, because every time I seem to cross my ankles, I always get in trouble, especially with the higher rank belts. If you cross your ankles, they exploit it quite easily. So you've got to be quite wary. Sometimes the higher belts will let you get on their back as well. You know, they know how to escape and stuff. So you do spend a bit of time on the back because it's quite a strong position. So it's probably one of my stronger positions, if I'm honest. Like, it kind of just feels natural to me. If I'm on the back, I kind of know what's going on. So yeah, anyway, I talked over it, but I managed to finish the choke. And it wasn't really an orthodox choke. Like, he was escaping and I was sort of just grabbing onto his collar. And it created enough pressure that he eventually, over a few seconds, I think it was like a good minute, I had his collar. He eventually tapped. I think it was more exhaustion than actually me choking him. I did try and apply the choke, but I didn't do a great job, to be honest. And just as it emerges, Ed emerges from the toilet for a perfectly timed 6-minute shit, instead of watching two white belts fumble around on the floor. But yeah, that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if any of you train jiu-jitsu, leave any comments. I'd like to hear what you guys thought and stuff like that.